Strike called.
That's a good pitch.
And hearing it from the dugout is Adrian Johnson. Mike Schultz has been barking at him quite a bit tonight. Fernando strikes out. 2 down in the inning, and Fernando's going to say some stuff and get tossed. Adrian Johnson sends him out. Mike Schultz not far behind him as he's coming out. And now Mike Schultz going to throw his stuff.
Classic example of Mike Schultz. You know what he's all about, sticking up for his players.
So Fernando gets ejected. Mike Schultz was ejected.
Gets the call. Low fastball against Dominguez. There's strike 3.
Wagner behind the plate has been really inconsistent.
And Aaron Boone's been ejected. The night's frustrations probably built up on both sides.
Well, I can understand Aaron Boone being frustrated with that call. That was down. Wagner's missed a lot of calls tonight.
Boone emptying out the bank.
We have an argument. Carlos Correa is screaming at Austin Jones. Rocco Baldelli is fired up, and he gets ejected.
He throw out Correa?
He did. Carlos Correa was ejected from the on-deck circle. That was a borderline pitch. Austin Jones calls time on behalf of the batter, and then Correa has a word with Jones, who immediately throws him out. What are you doing, says Rocco Baldelli, with a couple words in between.
A pitch. And liner.
Wow, that's a low zone.
Well, so yeah, I think at this point, now that we just got our first ejection.
Got him.
Now I've had the sense the last couple of days that Joe Espada was this close, as my mom used to say, and he's just finally blew. And Nick Marley said, "I've heard enough."
Yeah, the foundation was laid by the Texas Rangers.
Lindor with the theft gets into scoring position. And count 2-0 on Soto. Buehler getting after it with Estabrook, the home plate umpire. Narvaez out there to push him back. And he's thrown him out of the game. Estabrook has run the Red Sox starter.
You know, to make a better throw, but Estabrook can't see it. That ball's right down the middle. I didn't realize he called it a ball. He did. Buehler had a problem with it, but I'll say this. Walker, I know he's emotional. He's a veteran. He's been around. You can't get thrown out here in this 3rd inning.
Cora has been run too.
And it looks like someone's been thrown out.
Hey, Ollie
Hopefully
Marmol
it's
just
not
got.
Eric. I don't think Eric said anything.
Now Ollie just got tossed out. Ron Kolpa, we talked about, he's from St. Louis.
Well, it's a good thing that Eric wasn't sitting next to Ollie, because we may have heard something that we probably would have regretted. And he's getting his money's worth here.
Eric, does that fire you up when you see a manager get into it like that?
Hell yeah, we love that. I mean, Ivan's one of the hottest bats in the league right now, and you know,
in center and right. Saw Marsh's arm on full display last night.
Mark Kotze has been asked to leave the ball game, and he's going to find out why.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Andujar's just been ejected.
Dunn goes. Pitch called a strike. Throw down. He is out. Reds are going to challenge. But I think the question.
He just threw Colin Cowgill out of the ballgame.
Francona might get run here too. And he's going right back after Alex McKay, second base umpire. Protracted talk here between Francona and crew chief, third base umpire Alan Porter.
What Alan Porter was saying is you were thrown out of the ballgame.
So he's not going to listen to it anymore.
Go ahead, Donnie.
Okay. Here comes Donnie. Well, we're going to search the record books. The last time a manager got tossed in his 2nd big league game, and he's going to let Clint Vondrack have it. I think it's possible that somebody else got tossed initially. 3-2. Struck him out looking, and Reynolds didn't think so. 2-1, and there goes Brian Reynolds. He got tossed by the home plate umpire Clint Vondrack. As he was arguing with Vondrack, but then he is barking at the crew chief.
That one a little lower.
Yeah, even if your pitcher's up, that one was way out of the zone. And here comes Will, and I think he was given the boot.
Or maybe it was Marcus Timms, because Marcus Timms and someone else has now been ejected.
I think both. Yeah, Will was thrown out. No, I think they've both been thrown out.
Koss down to the count 0-2 as a pinch hitter. Did he go? Yes, he did, according to De Jesus. Wow, that was close. Bob Melvin he might get tossed out here. He's running out to argue with Ramon De Jesus.
It's obviously a massive call in a tie game in the 9th inning. The leadoff batter.
Rocco Baldelli got thrown out of last night's game. Now Bob Melvin out of today's game. And you know you're having a rough series as an umpiring crew when both managers get it.
Sell out completely. Oh, no.
That was ball four. That could decide the game. And Donnie Kelly is going to give it to Edwin Jimenez. And that's when Donnie Kelly got ejected for a 3rd time in his first month managing the Pirates.
Ryan Thompson yelling at both Stu Sherwater and Jordan Baker. I think they might have called a disengagement. What is going on here? Well, we've got 35,129 that would like to know what's going on as well. And he's got the hand and he's been ejected. Ryan Thompson was turning around and saying something to Dan Merzel, the second base umpire, who may have initiated all that mishegas before. And Jordan Baker screamed at the Diamondback pitcher, "Let it go." And that's when the dugout had to get involved.
Blanco goes on first movement, and Ray throws over, and Blanco is going to be out. Matt Quatrero might be arguing. He just got ejected by second base umpire Jordan Baker, and he might be arguing blocking second base. This is not a reviewable play because blocking the bases cannot, because it falls under the umbrella of obstruction. So this is the best that Q can do, is go out and argue this play.
Webb just off the outside corner. 1-1.
That was close. There we go.
Yep, there goes. Bochi's just been tossed. And he'll come out to make sure that Torres heard exactly what he was trying to communicate. He was a little hot the other day in that Houston series, but unfortunately for him, he couldn't get thrown out before Joe Espada got thrown out by the Astros.
That hit the bat? I guess it did hit the bat. Or did it hit? What did it hit? So they're going to explain it to Kevin before they let everybody else know. And Uceda's walking back onto the field. Oh, and Kevin's thrown out for the first time this season. And that's as hot as you'll see Kevin get.
Might as well get your money's worth.
Well, I can't think of too many times that he has been this fired up.
No.
In 11 years.
No, he's living.
And he's not done yet. He's coming back onto the field. And Jim Wolf is coming to meet him, and Rodney's trying to protect him. You know, there are managers out there that routinely do this. Kevin does not routinely do this.
Now this is how that last half inning just ended, with a pitch well below the zone with a team that has struggled here. And then Will Little, hearing it from the Rangers bench, ejected somebody. Let's see who that was. That said, Will Little today, for the most part, we really haven't noticed him, right? I mean, it's not like he's had a lot of controversial calls back there.
They're calling obstruction, and they are awarding home to the runner at third, Christopher Morel.
And totally a judgment call. You cannot review it. Remember, this happened on the last homestand, and there goes Pat Murphy as Ricky Weeks is trying to defuse the situation.
Yeah, Pat Murphy is letting him have it.
It's the second time in a week that's happened to the Brewers as well. And now Murph is letting the home plate umpire DJ Rayburn have a piece too. That's frustrating.
Runner goes. They've got him. Tell you what, he was hustling up to the second base bag. Durbin, I think, felt like he got his hand in there on the swim move.
And I think they just called a balk. Now, the first base umpire has a much better look at that than the third base umpire, and how he calls it. Umpire.
And Rob's thrown out.
He has every right to be angry about this situation.